One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. As the district season has wrapped up, it's time for a final 5 games before we begin the regional tournament, where McAlester will be going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But until then, we've got some good matchups ahead, starting with this one tonight in Mike Deak Field between the Lumberjacks and the Buffaloes. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. It's McAlester and Wright City, the second-ranked team in Class A1 and the fall state champions from Class A from this past fall. And I'm joined alongside my partner tonight, Chase McNutt, filling in for Nate Brown. And it's going to be a pretty exciting game. A lot of talent on the field tonight.
Yeah, Brandon, only the second time I'm getting to see McAlester this season on the diamond, but I'm really looking forward to it. And as you mentioned, plenty of talent going to be on display tonight.
So let's go into it. The McAlester Buffaloes finished 4th in the 5A4 standings. They will be going to the Bishop Kelly Regional, not next week, but the week after that. We still are waiting for our second team, or rather our third team. We know McAlster's in it, and we know that Bishop Kelly's in it. It will be a 3-team regional, which means it should be a round robin in the first game of the regional, and whoever goes 0-2, if anyone goes 0-2, they're done. But we're waiting to see if it's either going to be Edison or Midwest City. The only way that it would be Midwest City instead of Edison is if Edison wins by more than 6. That's the only way that Edison can get out of the 5 spot and climb up to the 4. But it looks like it's going to be Edison with McAlester and Bishop Kelly if I were a betting man. We're about to have our starting lineups be announced here at Mike Deak Field, so let's get right into it, and we'll have more of a pregame for the Lumberjacks and the Buffaloes in just a moment. But let's get to the Wright City Lumberjacks, 22-3. Again, the number 2 team in Class A1, just behind 29-1 Dewar. They're led by Kyle Butler in his 13th year as head coach. Let's look at the 1 through 9 for the Lumberjacks wearing their gray jerseys, white pants. 1 through 9 looks like this. Leading it off, the shortstop, number 22, Rainer Bean. Bean at short. Batting second, the catcher, number 2, Brody Guest. Guest behind the plate. Batting third, the pitcher, number 14, Case Lindley. Lindley on the mound. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 15, Dakota Billy. Billy in center field. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 9, Cade Gasky. Gasky at the hot corner. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 11, Jackson Miller. Miller in left. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 12, Jordan Crosby. Crosby, the DH for the first baseman, number 24, Chaden Cummings. Cummings at first. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 4, Caden Cummings. Cummings at second. And batting ninth, rounding out the starting 9 for the Lumberjacks, the right fielder, number 1, Jackson Hill. Hill in right field. Now for the McAlester Buffaloes wearing their pinstripe uniforms. White caps on front. Black in the back, black caps, or black bills rather, with the interlocking MB in black on the front as well. 15-14 on the year, led by head coach Justin Mullins, 1 through 9. Looks like this. Leading it off, the catcher, number 2, Jackson McKinney. McKinney behind the plate. Batting second, the third baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb at the hot corner. Batting third, the shortstop, number 21, Denver Durant. Durant at short. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel in center. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 14, Cole Labus. Labus at first. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 6, Blake Judkins. Judkins in left. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 4, Gavin Brumley. Brumley in right. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 7, Brody Parker. Parker, the DH for the pitcher, number 12, Parker Dusenberry. Dusenberry making his first start on the mound this season. And batting ninth, rounding out the starting 9 with the Buffaloes, the second baseman, number 10, Grant Mullins. Mullins at second base. So I'm also digging the home plate and the field umpires get up today, and you're going to be able to explain it a little bit better than I am. But as we switched over on the video cam here, what do you see, and do you like the alternative fit that we're used to seeing from umpires?
Is that a camo that I'm looking at?
It's a type of camo, and this is the second time that I believe this umpire crew has done something like that, like a camo alternative. For the polos.
I'm a fan. It's kind of like the digital camo style that's kind of become more popular in sports apparel. I'm digging it. It's got some blue and some red on it, as you can see here if you're watching on the YouTube stream. But Brandon, you said you've seen it before. This is my first time seeing it, so that really is a treat to see.
And we are going to be having our starting lineups announced here at Mike Deak Field. But while they do that over the PA, we'll take our first commercial break and get ready for our nation's anthem in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
This Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. Mike Deak Field here, the house that Hughes built, as we have our first pitch time today going to be right around 6 o'clock, probably a little bit before, as let's look around the diamond for the McAlester Buffalo defense. We have Labus at first, Mullins at second, Durant at short, Stinchko making his first start at third base. In the outfield, Judkins in left, Hodgel in center, Brumley in right, and the battery for the Buffs. We have McKinney behind the plate and Parker Dusenberry on the mound. It is his first start of the season on the bump. He's been a regular starting third baseman for a majority of the season. This is his first start on the bump. He's come in a couple of relief appearances. He has a 0-0 record, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks, 4 walks, 3 hits against him, and a 53% first pitch strike percentage. Taking on the 2024 Class A Fall Ball State Champions, the Wright City Lumberjacks. Also, let us know where you're listening from or watching from, as on the radio side of things, we have Papa Brown. Yes, it is Nate Brown and his father. They're listening back on the way home, looking for a win. Says, good job, guys. Let's go. And I know that Mr. Randy Hughes is probably going to be listening to BG and Hiccups
Don't
McNutt.
say it. I knew that's where that was going. It's
going. It's going to come anyway. I just hope you know that. Just trying to get it out of the way so I can beat the curve. You know?
It's fine. I'm coming around to it slowly, but I'm coming around to it.
All right, we're about to have first pitch. That's brought to you by Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. I like your other name, Chillin' with Chase, a little bit better.
I use that joke almost every day, too.
Yeah.
When you ask me what I'm doing, I'm just chilling.
Just chilling with Chase.
Chilling with Chase.
Midday show, Cool 96.7 FM if you want to catch him from 10 till 2. Hey, we do have, again, Dusenberry on the mound, the righty for the Buffaloes, getting ready for Rainer Bean, a Murray State Junior College commit, maybe even a signee. He's a lefty. Bean steps in. He's ready. Dusenberry working out the stretch. He's ready. First pitch from Parker Dusenberry. Misses up high for ball one, and it's baseball time here in the Heartland. 5:57, first pitch time today in Mactown. So again, the lefty Rainer Bean up at the plate as Dusenberry deals the 1-0 pitch. It'll be popped up in the infield left side. Durant called it from the get-go, makes the catch on pitch number 2 of the day, the fly out to short, and that's out number 1, which brings up the catcher, number 2, Brody Guest. So let's go ahead and preview the Wright City Lumberjacks. Didn't get to go into much of a preview before we got into this game. We mentioned the Class A Fall State title champ. There was their first state championship in fall ball. They went 34-2.
Oof.
Imagine being that good. First pitch to the righty. Curveball in there, strike one, outside corner. Their losses, well, one of their 2 losses were to a team that they ended up defeating in the state championship, Rattan. They beat them 6-3 in the state championship game in fall ball. 0-1 pitch from Dusenberry. It's popped up. Playable for McKinney behind the plate. has plenty of room, tosses the helmet, and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Duesenberry, and the Buffalo defense brings up the opposing pitcher, number 14, Case Lindley. Looking at what they've done in spring ball, they've gone to 6 out of the last 8 state tournaments. They have won a state championship back in 2019, again over Rattan. That was a 5-1 win. So far this season, as we mentioned, they've gone 22-3, and they have been dominant all year long. First pitch will be popped up again in the infield. This time there's no room for Labus over here on the first base side as it lands on top of the press box for strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the first inning, 2 down for Wright City's Case Lindley against Parker Duesenberry. The Lumberjacks are averaging 10 runs per game. They're giving up 2.5 over 25 games. The 0-1 just a little high. Gets to the backstop, count evens up 1-1.
Numbers like that show you why their record is what it is. Still losses in the single digits, over 20 wins this year. I mean, I know it's Class A1, but I mean they're showing that they're the cream of the crop down there.
Well, they have not lost to anybody in Class A. These are their losses as they're 22-3. They lost to Pryor by 1, who is the 5A4 district champion. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Right at the knees, strike 2 from Duesenberry. Count goes to 1-2 on Lindley out of the 3-hole. They lost to Rattan in extra innings 6-5, and then they lost to the number 1 team in Class 3A in Alabama, Prattville Christian, 13-4 in the Gulf Coast Classic. As here's a line drive up the middle. Tough with 2 is Lindley as he drives it back where it came over towards Gunnar Hodgel. And that's a 2-out single for Lindley. Bring up the center fielder, number 15, Dakota Billy. So not only have they not lost anybody in Class A, they haven't lost. Well, I take that back. They did lose to Rattan, but they're in a different. I think they're A2, not A1.
Yes, I think you're right.
But they've only lost to 2 people in the state of Oklahoma.
It's going to be hard to beat them come the next few weeks here in Class A1.
Trying to make it a state title in the fall and a state title in the spring. Good lead at first base, 2 down. First pitch to the lefty, Dakota Billy. He flies this one to shallow left field. Could be trouble. Racing in is Judkins. It'll land in front of him, and it will bounce all the way out to left field where Durant's still going, and someone dives into third base where they could have just kept on going and maybe even scored. I think there was some miscommunication there as rounding second base was Case Lindley as Denver Durant was still trying to reach it. He was running towards the left field area. Judkins was running in from left field. It split the 2 of them and then just started bouncing.
It's one of those awkward things where it kind of just lands in no man land, where there's a lot of guys around, but it's not really anybody's particular area. Luckily, though, they were able to hold up anybody from scoring.
It's a bloop double for Dakota Billy as he gets over to second base. Runners at second and third, no score, top the first. Lumberjacks trying to strike first. Cade Gasky up at the plate. First pitch to the righty. In there, strike 1. And I know it's only the top of the first inning, but Duesenberry living down around the knees, which is, again, where you want to be. Anything that's up high, it's can be easy for Wright City to be able to drive pitches. There's the 0-1 from Duesenberry. This one's fouled straight back. Count goes to 0-2. Some common opponents between the Lumberjacks and Buffaloes. They have played Idabel, beat them 12-0 and 8-1. Beat Hugo 13-0. Antlers 8-0. Lost to Pryor 9-8. They beat Silo 4-1.
Wow.
Lost to Rattan, as we mentioned, in extra innings 6-5, and defeated Latta, who McAlester went 10 innings with, beat them 7-0. Solid pitching, solid hitting.
Yeah.
Counts at 0-2. Buffaloes looking to get out of the early jam in the top of the first. Duesenberry kicks and fires. And it just missed the lower outside corner. Nice 2-strike pitch, though, from Duesenberry. Good eye by Gasky of laying off.
Yeah, that's a really good spot on an 0-2. It's close enough to where you can make the hitter think about it. You may reach for it, but also not anything crazy where your catcher has to work too far.
1-2. We'll do it again. The pitch from Duesenberry. Goes back to the well, but misses it this time a little bit further outside. Deuce is wild across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. We'll also get into Kyle Butler, who has been an excellent head coach since he came onto the scene in his first spring season in 2013. But that'll be probably another inning. 2-2 pitch. Curveball popped up, shallow left field again. Judkins hardly has to move. Underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So Duesenberry, after getting 2 pop-ups, Lumberjacks are able to get a couple of hits, but they're able to retire Cade Gasky to end the threat. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between Wright City and McAlester on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back in Pittsburgh County, the McAlester Buffaloes 0-0 with the Wright City Lumberjacks are about to begin the bottom of the first inning. Brandon Green alongside Chase McNutt. Let's look around the diamond for the Lumberjacks. You have Cummings at first base. That is Chaden Cummings. At second base, that is Caden Cummings. At shortstop, Bean. Third base, Gasky. In the outfield, Miller and left. Billy in center. Hill and right. And the battery for the Lumberjacks is Guest behind the plate. And Case Lindley on the mound. The righty for Wright City brings up to the plate to start off the bottom of the first. The catcher, number 2, Jackson McKinney. McKinney had a 22-game hit streak come to an end last Tuesday. He's already started up a new 5-game hit streak. Here's the first pitch to McKinney. That misses down low and outside, ball 1.
Do you find yourself reminding yourself sometimes that he's just a freshman?
Yeah. Sometimes hard to believe. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he rips this one, but it's going to be a bouncer up the middle. Tough play. Quick transfer over to first in time to be able to get McKinney by a couple of steps on the chopper up the middle. So it's a 6-3 ground out to start off the bottom of the first. Brings to the plate Spencer Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb in the prior series where McAlester lost 7-2 and 9-4. That clinched the district title for the prior Tigers. He went 1 for 6 on the season, just a hair below 300 with unofficial stats at 297. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch to him as he lines it down the right field line. It's got some carry. Will it stay fair? No. Like my golf swing goes slice right. The count goes to 0-1.
Yeah, I'm not too far away from that either, Brandon. So.
Well, I'm so bad that I'll be on the left side over at a Top Golf, and I'll slice it all the way to the right netting. Count is at 0-1.
Golf will do that to you.
Golf will humble you.
Oh, more than any other sport, easily.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And having to duck for cover, lean out of the way is Stinchcomb. Count moves to even at 1-1. Unless you're Todd Frazier in the ALCS against the Houston Astros and you find yourself just swinging late at one. Here's a ground ball left side, deep into the hole. Nice diving stop by the shortstop. Pops up. There's no play at first base. But a nice effort from Bean at short. But it's an infield single for the McAlester Buffaloes and Spencer Stinchcomb as he gets back above 300. Brings up the shortstop, number 21, Denver Durant. Durant in a little bit of a funk after going 3 for 3 against Midwest City in the first game at the 5A shootout. He has been hitless since over his last 10, so he's due for one here. Durant batting .360 on the season with a .462 on base percentage, 19 RBI with a home run and 12 extra base hits. First pitch to the lefty Durant, curveball that missed ball 1. Playing in over at third base is Gasky. I don't think Durant has laid down a bunt this year. Now he backs up a little bit, playing at double play depth is Gasky. Pick off over to first. Back in safely is Stinchcomb. Stinchcomb hasn't taken off a lot this year. He's had 3 stolen bases. Already had the lights on over here at Mike Deak Field. Did not expect to see some blue in the skies today when this week began. 1-0 will be fouled off at the plate. Count goes to even at 1-1. But yeah, we've got some blue up in the skies. The clouds are starting to disperse. And becoming a beautiful day for baseball. 74 degrees right now.
Yeah, and probably, 10 hours ago, maybe a little bit longer or shorter than that, we didn't know if it was going to be blue skies around this time today.
We had some pouring rain around 10 a.m., 11 a.m., some thunder cracking. 1-1, curveball, dribbled in front of the plate. It'll be fielded by the pitcher as Lindley will throw over to first base to be able to get Durant. But Durant thought that it hit off him at the plate, and that's why he really wasn't taking off for first base immediately. Coach Mullins wants to appeal to the field umpire.
That was kind of what I assumed. That's what it looked like. And, again, him not running down to first. Well, they're going to call him out.
They still call him out anyway, so it's a 1-3 ground out for Denver Durant. It does work like a bunt. Stinchcomb moves into scoring position for Gunnar Hodgel, who is the team leader in batting average with runners in scoring at .409. Has 15 RBI, team leader in home runs with 2 of them, and a .525 OBP. But I was mentioning thunder cracking earlier this morning. Well, it's going to be cracking later on tonight,
Sure
too,
is.
when the Thunder take on the Memphis Grizzlies. That'll be at 8:30.
Very thankful for an 8:30 start tonight.
First pitch to Hodgel. First pitch swinging out in front. He was expecting fastball, and it was Lindley pulling the string on him. Count is at 0-1. So Hodgel trying to bring in fellow senior Spencer Stinchcomb, 180 feet around the base paths. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and he swings and misses again. Back to the off-speed. Count goes to 0-2. Now, does Lindley decide to go off-speed 3 consecutive pitches, or does he try to rev up the fastball? Because he's got a pretty live one from the right side.
Personally, I'd be probably sitting fastball here.
Lindley looks at second a few times and decides to step off. Wind slightly blowing at about 4 miles per hour, but it's not going to play a factor at all today. Slightly out to left field, which we haven't been able to say that a lot this year. Wind's played a lot of a factor in a lot of games. 0-2 pitch does go to the fastball, and it's a nice 2-strike location. But Hodgel, with the discipline to be able to leave that high. By the way, his dad tuning in says, Brian Hodgel, listening in from Arizona, says, let's go Buffs, get the W. So let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, or you can comment underneath our last Facebook post at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. So the 1-2 curveball misses outside, still not chasing. It's Hodgel, and the count is even at 2-2.
Yeah, 4 pitches, 3 off-speed pitches. The one fastball he got was up out of the zone, so I'll be interested to see if he goes back off-speed again.
2-2 from Lindley, goes back to the fastball, pops it up right side, going after it's the first baseman Cummings, but this one will land out of play towards the Wright City bullpen. So a battle brewing here between Gunnar Hodgel and Case Lindley. That was pitch number 5 in the AB. This will be number 6. By the way, he has not seen 7 pitches in an at-bat this season. I was kind of mentioning that to you when I was doing prep earlier today. He has 16 walks, which leads the team, but he has not had an at-bat of 7+ pitches.
Did you say this is pitch 6?
This will be pitch number 6.
Getting close.
2-2. He still hasn't. Swings and misses for strike 3. Goes back to that curveball that he got him swinging on the first 2 pitches. Got him again on that strike 3. So the Buffaloes leave Stinchcomb stranded at second base. We still have no score as we head to the top of the second. It's Wright City and McAlester here on KNED.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester.
Back at Mike Deak Field, scoreless through 1. Brandon Green alongside Chase McNutt as we have the 6, 7, 8 hole batters coming up for the Lumberjacks, spelled Lumberjax, which is I'd say the cool way to spell it.
The cool way, yeah. Anything with an X is cool.
Which is also a really cool mascot for Oklahoma high school sports in general. Usually you're used to the Lions and and Tigers and Bears. Oh my.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But you get Lumberjacks and the cool logo while you're at it, and then you get a pretty neat brand there for Wright City. So Jackson Miller, spelled with an X like Lumberjacks, will dig into the box. Righty-on-righty matchup against Parker Dusenberry, who got a couple of flyouts before he got himself into some trouble with a couple of hits. Left him stranded at second and third. First pitch misses up and outside from Dusenberry. 1 ball, no strikes. I love that you can hear some people tuning into McAlester KNED right
in the background?
In that tunnel. Yeah, you can hear that. Shout out to whoever you are. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Catches the knees for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And every McAlester football, basketball, baseball game can be heard on the radio, KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, or on the KNED app anywhere in the world at McAlsterRadio.com as well. So here's a pitch that misses just outside. Count goes to 2-1. And most games can be seen also on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. I'd say about 80 to 85%.
That 20% is about 15% out of our control, I'd say.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Dusenberry, and this one's fouled off the top of the bat, rolls cat corner right, and the count evens up at 2-2. Yeah, there he is. There's Mr. Randy Hughes, Coach Hughes. Love listening to you and hiccups. Go Buffs.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a thing forever now.
Count even at 2-2. Dusenberry looking for his first K of the day. The pitch. Curveball. Can't freeze him. Just misses inside. Count goes full at 3-2.
I don't hate that spot, though. He's, as you've mentioned, kind of lived right around the knees. He's also gotten a couple of calls on the corners, and he was trying to go for that inside, just with a little bit too far ran in on him.
Full count pitch from Dusenberry. He deals. Chopper left side, rolling foul. See, this is what Pryor did really well, and that's what made them, I think, beat McAlester, is that they had so many full counts. We mentioned that going into the first game against Pryor, McAlester had only 4 at-bats the entire season where they went 8+ pitches, and then Pryor had that in one game. Yeah. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Dusenberry, and he misses up high, ball 4. Nice battle worked by Miller, fought off some tough pitches, and is able to work his way 90 feet to first base. So it's a leadoff walk for Miller, brings up Jordan Crosby. In fact, in that Pryor series, going back to it just a moment, Pryor had 6. This is really what made them win the game. They didn't hit too much better than McAlester, and you'd think they did, but they really didn't all that much. McAlester only batted .220, but Pryor batted .241. This was the difference. I'll get to it after this first pitch to the righty Crosby. As he deals, shows bump pulled back, ball 1 as it missed up high. Buffaloes batted .267 with runners in scoring, which is better than what they've been over like the 5A shootout. But Pryor was .355 with runners in scoring, and they had 16 more at-bats with runners in scoring than McAlester did. Playing in over at third base, Stinchcomb shows bunt again, gets it down right in front of McKinney. McKinney picks it up, fires to first base to Levis, and the sac bunt is successful from Jordan Crosby. Go down as a 2-3 sac bunt to bring up the second baseman, number 4, Caden Cummings. In fact, as I say one more thing about the Pryor series, 11 out of Pryor's 14 hits were with runners in scoring position.
That is what you call timely hitting. You find yourself in those situations because, as you mentioned, you draw a lot of long at-bats, which lead to walks, and then the hitting in those important situations are ultimately what matter the most, not when the bases are empty.
First pitch. Misses up high on the curveball to Caden Cummings, the righty for ball 1. Can someone tell the Yankees that? Because they seem to never get a base hit with runners in scoring.
As a Red Sox fan, I am also with you.
About the Yankees, right?
Yeah. I'm not too upset about that, I'd say.
Runner at second base with 1 down, no score. Wright City trying to strike first, as this pitch is struck to left field, but tails foul. 1's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. So, also looking at McAlster's schedule the rest of the way. They have a game scheduled with Broken Bow tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I know they've gotten a little bit more rain than McAlester did. They also have a natural field, not the turf field that McAlester does. But that game is set for 5. I don't know if they're going to be getting any more rain tonight. It looks like it's on the schedule. It's at the schedule, the forecast. Here's a spin move from Dusenberry. Is getting a little bit closer to third base was Jackson Miller. But then McAlester goes to Worcester at 4 p.m. on Monday, which is another great small school team. In fact, Wright City probably knows a lot about Worcester. Here's the 1-1 pitch that misses low for ball 2. I think they beat, I can't be completely honest with you here, but I think I remember seeing Worcester being a victim to Wright City on their way to that fall state championship.
I can confirm that for you here in a second.
Then they have Muskogee next weekend, Oklahoma as well before the regional tournament. 2-1 from Dusenberry. Fastball missed just outside. The count runs to 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's count for the 8-hole batter, Caden Cummings. And now Nate wanted to tune in as well, listening in the car in Ada. Can't wait to be on the call with Hiccups tomorrow for some McAlester soccer. 3-1, runner takes off for third. The pitch is inside for a strike. The throw down to third wouldn't have been in time anyway. It was dropped by Stinchcomb, but a nice jump by Jackson Miller. He's able to get to third base. So a fly ball into the outfield should score the speedy Jackson Miller. Caden Cummings has worked the count full to 3-2. Infield comes in accordingly on the infield turf.
Wright City has not battled Worcester this year.
In spring or in fall ball?
Oh, I was looking at the spring. I'll check fall here in a second.
3-2 grounder left side stays foul. Heading towards Kyle Butler, as we mentioned, we're going to talk about him. In his 13th year with the Lumberjacks, he's already top 100 all-time wins. In just less than 15 years, he's top 100 all-time wins in Oklahoma high school baseball coaching history.
You are correct about fall ball. They played him twice, once in the regular season and once in the state tournament, and beat him both times.
That's what I thought. Didn't want to be a liar, though. 3-2 pitch from Dusenberry. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him out in front. And there's the first K of the day for Parker Dusenberry.
That's a big one. You got a quick start in that first inning, a couple of base runners after that, and now here you've got 2 outs. You do have a man on third, but that's a huge pick-me-up. Now you don't even got to worry about him. You just worry about the batter in front of you and get out of this with zeros.
And that's exactly why the infield goes back. Instead of playing on the infield turf, they're able to get some breathing room as the lefty digs in and quickly calls timeout. That's Jackson Hill, spelled with an X. But yeah, thank you to Chase McNutt for the oop to my alley there. 2 down, runner at third base. For a second consecutive inning, Dusenberry looking to hold him. It's the first pitch curveball. Delayed strike call, but gets the lower inside corner for strike 1. It's where it crosses, not where it's caught. Count at 0-1.
And that's been a consistent strike for him tonight. He's lived around those corner spots, and as you mentioned, right around the knees. And again, he gets another called strike.
0-1 from Dusenberry. That curveball misses low and outside for ball 1. But just knowing what Kyle Butler followed and how he's already set his own, I guess, legendary status, it's been extraordinary. Again, he followed longtime Wright City coach Bill Claiborne, who was there for about 20 seasons, according to the Oklahoman. As this one slapped towards the left side, we'll continue this thought in a moment. As Denver Durant grabs it, fires to first in time for out number 3, and Dusenberry works out the jam once more. So it's still scoreless, 0-0 as we enter the home half of the second. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Bottom of the second inning here at Mike Deak Field. The McAlester Buffaloes knotted up with the Wright City Lumberjacks 0-0. We've had a total of 4 runners in scoring position. No one has scored yet. Cole Labus leads things off for the McAlester Buffaloes. Batting .400 on the season. Here's the first pitch from Case Limley to the righty. This will be a curveball that misses outside and gets to the backstop. Is trying to frame it back in there was guessed. Count goes to 1-0. Labus batting .400 to .494 on base percentage with 20 RBI. And has worked 13 walks and 9 extra base hits, including 3 triples. The 1-0 pitch, up and inside with the heater. Leaning back with it is Labus, and the count moves to 2-0. Labus trying to overcome a 0-for-3 day back on Tuesday against Pryor. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This is high for ball 3. Had the hat trick, struck out 3 times, but he has had hits in 5 out of his last 6, batting .438 in his last 6 games.
That's not too shabby.
I'll take that. 3-0 pitch. Catches the corner. Still a hitter's count for Labus at 3-1, but looked like it might have been a little high.
Just a little bit, but as you mentioned, still a hitter's count.
3-1 and driving it towards center field, but hardly having to move. And now jumping at the last second was Billy. Kind of overestimated how hard that was hit by Labus, but it will be caught on the liner for out number 1.
I thought that was going to carry a little bit more, and he did not. But either way, it almost ate him up a little bit. But either way, as you mentioned, fly out to start things off.
Brings up Blake Judkins. Judkins had one of the 3 late hits for McAlester. Over in the 7th inning, McAlester had 5 total hits. It's the first pitch curveball right on the black outer half for strike 1. He had a string of 3 hits. He had the double down the right field line that carried it over to the next guy, Grant Mullins, who then had a hit to carry it on to Jackson McKinney, and McAlester tried mounting that late rally. Next pitch fastball. Man, Lindley is humming it in there. Misses on the outside. Count goes to even at 1-1.
I will say there's been so far a really good approach. Not a lot of whiffs for the Buffaloes. They're seeing pitches well.
1-1 as here's a ground ball right side. Nice diving grab by Cummings. Flips over to the first baseman. Cummings in time for out number 2. 4-3 ground out, but another nice play that time from the second baseman, Caden Cummings. And it's 2 up, 2 down. Middle infield has showed off the glove a little bit here early in the first 2 innings. It's the bottom of the second. No score between the Buffs and the Lumberjacks. Brings up to the plate the right fielder, number 4, Gavin Brumley. Brumley batting .243 on the season, as here's the first pitch to him as this curveball's popped up. Not playable, and it will land behind us here in the press box.
But it's kind of the thing I mentioned. They're seeing the ball well. 2 really hard-hit balls squared up. It's just, unfortunately, it's been right to where the defense has been. But that's baseball sometimes. That's
something that McAllister's done really well this year. As here's the 0-1. This one's a high fly ball. Again, hardly having to move in center field as Billy, staring up into the blue sky and the sun, makes the catch for out number 3. So it's a 3 up, 3 down inning for the Buffaloes. We're about to head to the top of the third. We're going to mention one more stat about head coach Kyle Butler in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
Aw, this Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie. Isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
We're back here as we play 2 full innings. The McAlester Buffaloes and the Wright City Lumberjacks are knotted up at 0. It's been a pitcher's duel so far between Parker Dusenberry and Case Lindley. Both pitchers have struck out a batter. McKinney's behind the plate here. We've had Dusenberry walk 1, and it's back to the top of the order for the Lumberjacks. Rayner Bean, Brody Guest, and Case Lindley. It has been 2 hits for the Lumberjacks so far, 1 for McAlester, but the Buffaloes have been barreling up the ball, as Chase was mentioning in the previous half inning, pretty well so far, just looking for some to start dropping. Back to the top of the order, Rayner Bean flew out to shorten his first at bat. And the second pitch of the game, he'll dig back into the left side.
Yeah, we had a really good start back in the top of the first as well. Worked quickly through that inning, looking for replication.
Working out the stretch of no one on, Dusenberry, first pitch, misses high for ball 1. But I was going to mention one more thing. We talked about Coach Butler for Wright City in his 13th year. 583 wins to 235 losses, top 100 in wins in Oklahoma high school baseball, their OBCA. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the ground ball right side. Nice diving grab by Lavis. Has to flip the first quickly. Does so, but not in time. Infield single. Nice play by Lavis, but again, the speedy Rayner Bean that's going to be going to Tishomingo next year to play for Murray State was able to beat it out. Brings up Brody Guest. But one more thing, Coach Butler, he followed longtime Wright City coach Bill Claiborne. Over 20 seasons, he had 1,042 wins to 508 losses. He is 12th all-time in the top 100 wins in OBCA history. So Wright City with 2 different top 100 coaches.
You said how many losses? 5 what?
508.
So he has more than double wins then.
Pick off over to first base, not in time.
That's insane. At any point of coaching, to have double the amount of wins to losses, especially once you get over 1,500 total, I mean, it's just insane, man.
But Coach Claiborne, again, all the wins that he had, He paved the way there for Coach Butler, and Coach Butler took Wright City to places that they haven't been before. Here's a ground ball right back off of Duesenberry. Can't find where it's at as it hit off his glove. Hard struck by Brody Guest, and there'll be another infield single to put runners at first and second with nobody out in the top of the third.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate things. Just screamer right back at him, was able to get a glove on it, but unfortunately doing that knocked it down into a spot where he wasn't really able to make the play at first or second, and now could get into a hairy situation here with the 3-all up with no outs and 2 on.
Quickly, they've doubled up their hits, and this is where they had their 2 hits back in the first. Starting off with Case Lindley, he drove one to center field. Dakota Billy on deck, he had that bloop double over to left. First pitch from Duesenberry, shows bunt, pops it up. McKinney tries diving on top of that interlocking MB logo in front of the McAlester dugout, just a little bit too far out in front.
And I think the interesting thing to add as well is that with these 2 runners on with no outs, Brandon, neither one of those pitches that were made contact with got out of the infield. It was the one great diving play that probably saved an extra base, and then the unfortunate bounce off the pitcher. So it's been small ball here.
And your 3-hole batter going small ball too, showing bunt. Doesn't always get to happen here. Let's see if he keeps the bunt on. No. Curveball misses low and outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And not all the time you get to see your 3-hole batter, which is normally your best hitter in the lineup, go with the bunt. He showed it, then decided to lay off of it on the second one. And it's a bunting situation, but some people don't do that with their best hitter up.
Yeah.
That just goes to show you how deep Wright City's lineup really is. 1-1, does not bunt. Late break to third base, no play at third base. As McKinney, again, was trying to pop up quickly. Ball was left where he was squatted down at. So it's a double steal for the Wright City Lumberjacks. Don't have to waste the out on the bunt anyway. So runners at second and third. Best chance for the Lumberjacks to score up to this point with nobody out. Infield does not come in. Corner infielders playing in double play depth along the base paths. Middle infield back. 2-1. Outside corner, called strike 2. Count goes to even at 2-2.
That's a huge called strike. The difference between 3-1 and 2-2 right now it's enormous, especially, again, with 2 on and no outs, and especially now with them both being in scoring position.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Buffs could really use a strikeout here. The pitch to Lindley. Line drive, left center field, and it's carrying towards the center fielder Hodgel. On his horse, makes the running grab towards the warning track. Runners will tag. Lumberjacks take the lead, but a nice catch out by Hodgel. Read it well off the bat after it was well struck by Case Lindley. Gives the Lumberjacks a 1-0 lead with 1 down in the top of the third. Brings to the plate Dakota Billy, who put a well-placed ball between the shortstop Durant and the left fielder Judkins for a bloop double, which you don't always get to see.
No, that was one of those unique situations that unfortunately McAlester was on the wrong side of.
Runner at third base after tagging up from second. Billy, another left-handed batter, slightly open stance. Here comes the runner on the bunt. It's lined over to Parker Duesenberry. Catches it on the line drive. They're going to double up the Lumberjacks and get out of the inning. They went with the suicide squeeze, and it bunted it straight to Duesenberry, who made the diving catch and was able to double up the runner, breaking home. So Wright City was able to get runners at second and third with nobody out. They only score 1 run on the sac fly. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, McAlester looking to get a run across themselves. So it'll be the 8-9-1 batters, Brody Parker, Grant Mullins, and Jackson McKinney when we return on KNED.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
We're back in MacTown. The McAlester Buffaloes down by 1 to the number 2 team right now. According to OSSAA rankings in Class A1, the Wright City Lumberjacks, who have only lost 3 games this year and only won to a Class A school in Rattan, which they beaten earlier this year for a fall state championship. Buffaloes looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's the first pitch to Brody Parker to begin the bottom of the third, and the off-speed fills the zone for strike 1. Brandon Green alongside Chase McNutt on this Thursday night in McAlester as the sun continues to set, now under blue skies with some clouds in between. As he goes back to the curveball, outside corner to Brody Parker, who is batting a .261 batting average with a .414 on-base percentage. 0-2 pitch. Fastball, missing up and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Parker.
These McAlester batters have not seen a lot of 0-2, 1-2 counts so far.
Here is a 1-2. Curveball again out in front and over the top of it was Brody Parker. Expecting the fastball as Parker, and that was strike 3, out number 1.
Yeah, that was a really good off-speed pitch. That's kind of been his go-to today. He's got that fastball as well in his back door if he wants to blow it by you, but as you mentioned, it was a great spot on the breaking ball.
First pitch to Grant Mullins. Fastball misses high for ball 1. And again, this is a point where at the varsity high school level, you throwing hard, which, again, I think that Lindley can rev it up there as this one's fouled off for strike 1. Throwing hard is one thing, but when you're able to mix in some off-speed with it and be able to throw that for strikes, that's what makes you a good pitcher. I've seen a lot of guys that will throw around 90 at the varsity level, but they're easier to hit than the guys that throw 85 or maybe 83, but they can mix curveballs and changeups right where they want it at the bottom of the zone. As that one, it misses to move the count to 2-1 on Grant Mullins, who had an RBI pinch hit single back on Tuesdays. This one misses up high for ball 3. And we have a hitter's count now for Grant Mullins at 3 balls and 1 strike.
You know, I'll add to that. I'll say at this age, control is more vital than speed.
3-1. Curveball back to the outside corner. Count goes to full at 3-2.
And that's also not to say speed isn't important. If you can pump 90 plus, you're doing pretty well at the high school level. But control is just as important, if not more.
3-2 pitch. Goes back to that well. Curveball swung on and missed as it bounces in the turf. Back-to-back Ks to the 8 and 9 hole batters. Brings up the top of the order in Jackson McKinney. 2 up, 2 down. Buffaloes trail 1-0 to Wright City in the bottom of the third. But no, the one person I keep on going back to in the great game that came up, he lost in was Caden Lesnow. I mean, he pitched against Bishop Kelly, and it was a beautiful game by him. Only gave up 1 earned run, even if it was that. So here's the first pitch to McKinney. He's first pitch swinging, but out in front again on the curveball. Fouled back for strike 1. He didn't throw 90, but he was able to throw, in the 80s, and he had one of the greatest changeups I saw from a McAlester pitcher in the last 10 or so years. But he was able to live at the bottom of the zone. As this one's a ground ball left side, backhanded by the third baseman Gasky. Throws over to first on a hop. Picking it out as Cummings in time for out number 3 as the Buffaloes go down in order. But I'll finish my thought just real quick. When you can throw a fastball at the knees and then deceive it with a changeup that can go for a strike or drop off the table, you are set for varsity high school baseball and beyond even.
Easily.
That's what Greg Mattis, again, I'm not going to say Greg Mattis didn't pump heat either, but he used more of his control and deception with his off-speed stuff. We played 3 full. The Wright City Lumberjacks lead the McAlester Buffaloes 1-0 as we get to the top of the 4th. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
Ready for a home run and comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001444485. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
You're joining us in the middle of the action here in the top of the 4th inning. A curveball called for a strike to Cade Gasky. Starts off the top of the 4th inning. Parker Dusenberry in for his 4th inning of work. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This curveball is flown towards left field and carrying to Judkins. Judkins on his horse racing towards the wall. It's a one-hopper off the wall. Rounding first and staying put there and not making it over to second will be Cade Gasky. Looked like that was going to be extra bases there for Gasky. But he's held up on a long single, and he'll bring up Jackson Miller.
That's where the exit velocity almost is a bad thing, with how quickly that ball hit the wall and got down.
Also credit to Judkins getting it back in quickly to limit him to a single. Miller walked his first plate appearance, the only walk issued so far by either pitcher. Dusenberry out the stretch, decent lead at first base, first pitch. Line drive left side on a hop. Diving, not coming up with it is Durant. And going from station to station here is Cade Gasky. He moves 90 feet over to second base. So it's back-to-back singles by the Lumberjacks on back-to-back pitches. Brings up Jordan Crosby, who laid down a sac bunt, and this is a perfect opportunity to do it again.
Well, we find ourselves in an identical situation as to what we were in the top of the 3rd. We're able to get out of it, only giving up 1. Again, we'll see if that kind of plays true here again in the 4th.
Parker Dusenberry made a fantastic diving grab on a bunt attempt, on a suicide squeeze attempt that got McAlester to double off the Lumberjacks. Spin move, there's a big lead at second base, but neither Mullins or Durant is really holding on the runner all that much close to the bag. They're going in intervals towards the second base bag. There comes Durant creeping in right behind the runner. And the pitch. Shows bunt, gets down again. In front of Dusenberry, who fields, throws to the second baseman Mullins, covering in time for out number 1. Sac bunt is successful for Jordan Crosby for his 2nd consecutive plate appearance. Moves runners over to second and third. It's a 1-4 sac bunt. Brings up Caden Cummings, who struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Infield once again comes in on the infield turf. Runners at second and third with 1 down, top of the 4th inning. Lumberjacks lead 1-0 over McAlester. Dusenberry's first pitch to the righty is missing for ball 1 with the fastball.
I'm going to guess that we don't see a suicide squeeze here again with the runner on third.
See, that's when you least expect it, though. No.
If it works out, you're the smartest man in the room.
Infield comes in on the infield turf again. 1-0 pitch. Curveball in there for strike 1.
Great breaking ball. Reestablishes kind of the count, kind of evens it back up here. And it's huge, again, being even or even ahead in the count when you've got runners on base. Opens up a lot more for you.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. Goes back to the fastball. Nice job on McKinney being a wall. He's able to keep him in front, move the count to 2-1. Again, for those that are maybe from Wright City or just wanting to tune into a baseball game, backstop not too deep here at McAllister's Mike Deak Field. So if it gets past the catcher McKinney, not a guaranteed run. You got to make sure you get a good break at third base. Counts at 2-1. And the pitch from Parker. Ground ball left side. Diving stop by Durant, fires to first, and it's through the glove of Labus at first base. That'll be an error. And running in to score will be Cade Gasky, and everyone's advancing an extra 90 feet. It was a great diving stop by Denver Durant. The throw over to first was a little bit right, but I think Labus would even say himself he probably should have caught that ball. And the score is now 2-0 Lumberjacks on top of McAlester. And there's the thing about Wright City. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile, and they have a good chance of being able to extend their lead. Instead of being 2 outs, there's 1 right now, and runners at second and third. The infield will stay on the infield turf. Nice diving stop by Durant. Hill grounded out to the shortstop, Durant, so he's going to keep his head on a swivel here. First pitch to the left, he misses down low for ball 1.
And that's another play again where a Buffalo defender is making a diving play and holding it in, but just not being able to come up with the out.
1 ball, no strikes, 1 down. 1-0 pitch. Popped up, playable. McKinney chasing out after it near the McAlester dugout, and it'll land on top of it. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. But we mentioned how McAllister's striking out less this year. I mean, a lot less. Their strikeout rate is 10% lower than it was a year ago, and that 10% may not seem like a lot, but over the course of a season, that's a lot. But they have traded it with more errors this season. They have just booted the ball around a little bit more, and that's a little bit of the inexperience there from McAllister's defense. But, I mean, their offense has been doing wonders of trying to, again, get the ball in play. Again, strikeout percent 10% lower. Count even at 1-1. Showing bunt, here will be Hill. And then time will be called.
Wonder if that was just a show there.
Some people like to do that and then slash. Over at third base, Stinchcomb, you're going with the runner. You're keeping it on to see what he does if a bunt is shown too. Kind of crashing in as Stinchcomb pulls back, tries to slash, and it's going to foul it backwards for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Try to draw in the fielders, and then if you can... Now, I've been on the opposite side of that over at third base. It's already the hot corner. Can you imagine coming in and then you see them pull back? That's when you get afraid for your life and you start to maybe duck.
Yeah, it already comes in, as you mentioned, hot enough over there. Doesn't do any better when you're so much closer.
1-2 to the 99-hole batter. Hills popped up over to right center field. Brumley getting underneath it. Runner will tag. There's the catch. Runner coming in from third base will be cut off by Labus, and it's a successful sac fly from Jackson Hill. There's not been a base hit RBI today. We've had a run scored by an error and 2 RBI sac flies, brings us back to the top of the order as Wright City extends their lead 3-0, top of the 4th inning now with 2 down.
A lot of it has been small ball that's put them into these situations, running out infield singles, or even the error we had earlier. As you mentioned, not a lot of green grass they've been finding.
Although there have been 6 hits by Wright City, only 2 of them have been earned. And even then, I mean, that's going to go down, I think, as an earned run there, but if the error goes away, you got it out of the inning with 1 run. First pitch is lined well foul. Hope you moved your car. Into the sea of concrete, that is strike 1 to Rainer Bean, who is 1 for 2. He's flown out to the shortstop and singled.
But, you know, even with the 2 runs given up this inning, I think if you can get out of it at 3-0, you still feel very good with, 4 more at-bats coming up for innings at least, I mean? 4 more half innings of at-bats coming up is what I meant to say there, if that was confusing to anybody.
The field umpire called time as something landed from, I guess, the stands?
Well, he's still...
the backstop. Now they're ready to go, but Mr. Timmons went and grabbed that and went back over to the third base dugout. Big lead at second base. Here's the 0-1. Runner does not take off. The pitch is a curveball that misses upstairs for ball 1.
He's dropped that curveball in a couple of times. It just hasn't been quite able to get completely on top of it. And we saw it a couple of times as well when they were showing bunt, and you see high fastballs or high pitches to kind of stymie bunt attempts a lot.
1-1 pitch. Goes back to the well, but misses outside, and now getting ahead in the count is Rainer Bean at 2 balls and 1 strike. Runner in scoring position, just that runner at second. 3-0 Wright City lead with 2 down. And a 2-1 count, top of the 4th. Dusenberry's pitched more innings in this game than he has all season to this point. Next pitch, out in front, and a little bit over the top of that pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Count goes to even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Be a huge time for his second strikeout.
Trying to leave the, again, Murray State Junior College commit, trying to get him out here to keep that runner at second. Deuce is wild, and the 2-2. Runs inside, misses with the fastball. If I'm not mistaken, I think McKinney wanted that one outside. The count now moves to full at 3-2. Runner at second won't be taken off. Doesn't have anyone behind him unless he just wants to go off for third. Bean will still be looking to protect. Dusenberry to a pause and fires, and it misses upstairs. So Bean's able to work the walk after moving it to full. Second walk of the day from Parker Dusenberry. Brings to the plate Brody Guest, who is 1 for 2, and now we have some movement toward the McAlester bullpen. It'll be Wilson Alford making his way there.
Coming to the plate.
And Brody Guest, who is 1 for 2. We'll have runners at first and second and 2 down. Lumberjacks have not been afraid to try to take third base. Now, I don't know that they've really tried it, though, with 2 down before.
No, I don't think they've, I think you're right.
One time that they did the double steal was with 1 out, I believe.
Yeah.
That was when the sack bunt was unsuccessful in the first attempt back in the third. As this first pitch showed bunt, missed outside, ball 1. And sometimes if you know you have a little bit of speed, which I'm guessing, again, Guest does, even with 2 down, you're peeking over at the third baseman, and you're saying, okay, well, if he's playing further back, I can just lay this down the line, and I can beat out a throw. Right now, Stinchcomb playing a little bit more even with the bag, maybe a step or 2 behind. 1-0 pitch to Guest. Now we'll wear that one right on the side for a hit by pitch. Back-to-back free passes given up here. This time to Brody Guest on the HBP to bring up Case Lindley. So bases loaded for the Lumberjacks as we have a courtesy runner coming in. And time will be called by Coach Meadows, which means we'll take a 30-second timeout. When we come back, McAlester will be trying to get out of the bases loaded jam with 2 down, top of the 4th. Lumberjacks looking to break this one open on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
So bases are loaded here for the Wright City Lumberjacks as they are looking to break it open. The Buffaloes are trailing 3-0, 2 down. Coach Troy Meadows for the McAlester Buffaloes, pitching coach here for the Buffs, goes out to speak with McKinney and his pitcher Parker Dusenberry. 1, to try to uplift him to try to get through this final out of the top of the 4th. And 2, in case he needs a little bit more time to get Wilson Alford warmed up and ready in the bullpen.
Yeah, this could be a big confidence builder if he can work his way out of this here.
Against Case Lindley, who's trying to help out his own cause. The opposing pitcher, first pitch, off speed, missing for ball 1. Lindley has singled and had an RBI sac fly to center field, but that ball that he hit carried all the way to the warning track. It was a well-struck ball. He has barreled it up both times. He's been able to get it in between the lines. Count at 1-0. Force out of every bag. Here's the pitch. 1-0 pop-up, right side. Brumley coming in. Still coming. Now underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. So Dusenberry works out of the bases loaded jam, but Wright City tags on 2 more runs in the top of the 4th. We played half a 7-inning game. The Lumberjacks lead the Buffaloes 3-0 after 3.5 on KNED.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
Aw, this Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie. Isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Spencer Stinchcomb up at the plate for the Buffaloes as the first pitch to him is flown to left field. Coming in is the left fielder Miller into the alleyway, makes the catch for out number 1. One pitch went out to begin the bottom of the fourth for Case Lindley. That's what you call efficiency. So that will bring up Denver Durant as the Buffaloes are trailing 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning.
To the plate, shortstop, number 21, Denver.
Denver Durant has grounded out to the pitcher on one that he thought was hit off of his foot for a foul ball. McAlester is still looking for hit number 2. They've been out hit so far today, 6-1. The only hit from Spencer Stinchcomb back in the first. Here's a ground ball right side. Snagged by the second baseman Cummings. It flips over to first base in time for out number 2.
Well, it's been awfully efficient for Wright City. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
And if I'm Gunnar Hodgel, I'm sitting. I'm not swinging at the first pitch here. You cannot have a 3-pitch inning.
Now batting for the
I know that I'm usually aggressive too. I like the first pitch. If it's there, hit it. But you can't have a 3-pitch inning here. You're taking on the first pitch, in my opinion. And he does, and it misses outside for ball 1.
Good job, Coach.
Now, I say that, but at the same time, like if I'm playing the show, I'll swing at every first pitch. Who cares?
Well, sometimes you like to be aggressive, and some players just are like that.
1-0 catches the outside corner for strike 1. There was an old MLB The Show game that I played where if you had 3 pitches, 3 outs, the color commentator said that every time. And I got tired of the guy saying stuff, but you know what? So I just fast played over him as Hodgel swings and misses at strike 2. Count goes to 1-2, and trying to work a quick inning here is Case Lindley. 1-2 pitch to Hodgel. Curveball misses outside and moved the count to even at 2-2. So it's been 2 up, 2 down, and Hodgel at the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes with nobody on.
More pitches this at bat than the previous 2 combined.
No joke. 2-2 pitch. And that one caught the outside corner. Hodgel didn't want it. But that is strike 3, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Case Lindley, who is now cruising against the McAlester Buffalo offense. 1 hit through 4 full. Wright City leads 3-0, looking to extend their lead. Top of the 5th, here we come with a new pitcher from the McAlester Buffaloes. It looks like it will be Wilson Alford on his way to the mound when we return on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
We played 4 full, and we have a new pitcher for the McAlester Buffaloes. This call at the bullpen is brought to you by Barlow Built Performance in Automotive. It is Wilson Alford. Again, Barlow Built Performance in Automotive, your full-service automotive and transmission repair shop. 2201 North Main Street in McAlester, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. Top of the 5th inning, Buffaloes trail 3-0 to the Wright City Lumberjacks. First batter up, cleanup hitter Dakota Billy is the first pitch, misses down low from Alford on the day for ball 1. Alford's line this year, he has a 1-0 record, 1 save that he had against, I believe he had that one against the Idabel Warriors at the end of the Southeast Shootout, as this one misses low and inside for ball 2. He has pitched in 9 2/3, a 6.52 ERA, 9 strikeouts to 10 walks, a .300 batting average against him, 53% first pitch strike percentage, 2-0 pitch. Misses outside, and that'll be ball 3. Again, all these unofficial stats, by the way. Billy, so far today, he has doubled, and he's the one that, on that suicide squeeze attempt, bunted it over to Duesenberry that pulled the double play. As Alford pumps it in there for strike 1. By the way, it is a straight switch. Alford onto the mound, Duesenberry into the dugout. He's currently helping, I believe, Jordan Clark warm up. Is this 3-1 back to the fastball? Alford, outside corner, called strike 2. Oliver trying to work all the way back. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball right side. And grabbing it is Mullins. Throws over to the pitcher. Wilson Alford covering in time for out number 1. And Lavis has a little bit of a smile there as he looks back over to his second baseman, Grant Mullins. He goes, at the very last second, it looked like Lavis was going to get it. And then he just pulled away from it. And then Mullins was late to snag it, but he did so. Still was a tough play for Alford to race over to first base to be able to make the play. All's well that ends well. It's a 4-1 ground out, and it brings up Cade Gasky. First pitch out of the windup to Gasky. Misses inside with the fastball for ball 1. 1 down, nobody on. Buffaloes trail 3-0 as Gasky is 1 for 2 today.
I did not even see Mullins until that ball hit his glove.
As the 1-0 will be fouled backwards for strike 1. So that entire time you thought that...
I thought it was the bad hop that ate him up.
You just thought, oh yeah, let's going to go into the outfield.
That's what I thought. I really just thought it took a really bad hop.
I like talking to the guys when they're over at first base.
It's kind of lonely.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses down low for ball 2. And that's why you talk to the first base coach.
Exactly.
And the umpire.
But if you're lonely at first base at a first baseman, that's not a bad thing. That means your pitcher's doing work.
You're doing all right. 2-1 pitch. That outside corner pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down to Gasky, and he's flown out to left field and singled. Alford working quickly in a rhythm. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Sit him down, throw it around. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. It will bring up Jackson Miller, who is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. But going back to your earlier point there, first base, you get lonely over at first base. I never liked it when I was in a competitive game and the third base coach tried to talk to me after a play, especially if it was a diving catch and I went over to first base and the guy still beat it out. First pitch is a ground ball to the third baseman, Spencer Stinchcomb, who makes the play. Throws over to the first baseman that goes wide left. It'll be the second error of the day on the Buffaloes. This one an E5. On the first pitch that Miller saw, he reaches on an E5 and it brings up Jordan Crosby, who is 0 for 0 today with 2 sack bunts. But the third base coach, I just remember once, I'm not going to say who it was, but he said, hey, good effort there. And I just wanted to say, who cares?
Why are you talking to me?
Stop talking to me. We're in a game. We're in the playoffs, and I'm not really wanting to hear good effort when I wanted the out.
If you look up locked in the dictionary, it's a picture of you playing third base here at Mike Deak.
No, I was more locked in at the plate than I was at the field. You can ask my coaches that. First pitch nearly hits the righty. Crosby for ball 1. My brother Cameron Green, he was a pretty good fielder for McAlester. I had the bat, he had the glove.
That was the trade-off.
And then my brother Noah Cook, he had the arm.
You
combine us all, we're a great baseball player. This next pitch misses up high for ball 2.
Well, what's funny is that I have a sister. She was given all the musical ability. She doesn't have a lot of sports ability. It's vice versa as well. So I don't have a lot of musical ability, but I feel like I'm decently good at sports.
I've seen you play guitar. You're not too shabby.
That was taught, though. It wasn't God-given.
2-0 pitch. Catches the lower outside corner on delayed strike call, and the count goes to 2-1. So runner at first base for the Wright City Lumberjacks amongst all of our jabber. Top of the 5th inning, Buffaloes are trailing 3-0, looking to leave that runner at first and make that error not count. 2-1 pitch. That's at the very bottom of the zone for strike 2.
those have been consistent strikes almost all game. That low strike just right below the knees and that outside strike in the inside corner, and the Buffaloes have been attacking it so far.
Wilson Alford looking for his second strikeout of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball left side, second chance for Stinchcomb. Makes the grab, throws to first base. This one perfect to Cole Labus across the diamond in time for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wright City leading 3-0 over the McAlester Buffaloes on KNED.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
It's the bottom of the 5th. The Buffaloes are looking to get Case Lindley out of the rhythm that he's been in. He has been cruising against the McAlester Buffaloes so far today. He's given up 1 hit. That was back in the 1st inning, and since then there has not been another base runner. It has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 straight retired batters for Case Lindley. First pitch curveball in there, strike 1. Had Labus fooled a little bit. He was leaning back with the pitch. He lined out to center field, and it was pretty deep center field, but it was snagged by Billy back in I believe that was the 2nd inning, as the next pitch is in there for strike 2. Back-to-back off-speed here for Lindley as he's getting into a rhythm. Count 0-2, quickly working out the windup and the pitch to Labus. Fastball missing low and outside. Count now at 1-2. You never have to worry about a pitch clock with Wilson Alford and Case Lindley.
No, you do not. Working very quickly.
2 quick shakeoffs, now 3 straight from Guest. Now likes what he sees on the 4th one. The 1-2 pitch goes back to the off-speed. So that's when you can kind of get a mental note. If he's shaking off all those pitches, that's a strike 3 call. That's a strike 3 pitch that he likes. So keep that in mind if you're a batter here. 2-2 pitch. Goes back to the heater and just froze up Cole Labus. Got him on the outside corner, and after going, that might have even been a setup pitch there for Case Lindley. Went with the slow curve change, can't really see from the first base side, but then follows it up with an absolute heater that froze Cole Labus for strike 3. It's another backwards K, brings up Blake Judkins, who grounded out to the second baseman Cummings back in his first at bat. First pitch, curve ball missing low outside, ball 1. And Buffaloes are trailing 3-0, bottom of the 5th, 1 down, nobody on, 1-0 count to Judkins. And the pitch goes back to the fastball, fouls it back into the glove of Guest. Count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Judkins a .290 batting average coming into this game, .432 on base percentage. 1-1. Curveball chopper to the shortstop. Bean comes in on the hop, throws to first, a little low, but making the grab is Cummings in time for out number 2. It's another ground out, this time to the other middle infielder. Brings up Gavin Brumley. And he continues to retire Buffaloes.
You know, normally you see the deeper you get, the longer a pitcher goes, the lineup kind of tends to figure it out a little bit. It seems like it's almost been kind of an inverse. They started off really good, a couple batters on. They had a hit early, but as you mentioned, now 12 in a row have been retired.
First pitch. Curveball missing down below the knees, ball 1.
And it's just a matter of kind of getting into that rhythm. As you mentioned, no pitch clock needed as working very quickly here.
1-0. That catches the outside corner, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brumley. It's actually lucky number 13 now, I think, that he's retired in a row. He's looking for 14 against Brumley. 1-1 pitch. And he checks, but he went around. That'll be strike 2. And now he's looking for strikeout number 6, Case Lindley. Once again, looking to go 1-2-3 for the 4th consecutive inning. The pitch. Fastball, first base side. It'll be grabbed foul. And we'll do it again at 1-2. It's been 1-2-3 for the Buffs in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and he's looking to do it in the 5th. Wind up in the 1-2 pitch again to Brumley. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. In the zone, Case Lindley, as we played 5 full. We head to the top of the 6th. Lumberjacks leading 3-0 over the Buffs on KNED.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
This Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
It's been a shutout game so far for the Lumberjacks. They lead 3-0 over the McAlester Buffaloes, and shutouts are not new to them. They've had 8 already this season. We'll go in on their pitching staff and how good they've been for the 2025 season when they come back up to the mound. But right now it'll be Wilson Alford working in his 2nd inning. He has already struck out 1, and it'll be the 8-9-1 batters up for the Lumberjacks. Starting off with Cade Cummings, who is 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging and reached on an error. Jackson Hill has gone 0 for 1 with an RBI sac fly. And still no RBI base hit so far from the Lumberjacks. They've had 2 RBI sac flies and 1 run score on an error. So Alford in his 2nd inning, first pitch of the top of the 6th, will miss down low for ball 1. Yeah, we have this reprieve from the rain. Could be coming back tomorrow, as this one bounces in for ball 2.
And we weren't, I think I mentioned this earlier, but we weren't quite sure what was to come today, especially with the downpour, the loud thunder we were having right around, 10, 11 a.m. today?
11. Oh. Moving on by pretty quick, though, as the 2-0 misses down low for ball 3. Had this game be played 5 years ago, this game probably wouldn't have been played.
Yeah.
Turf Field came in 2022. Righty v. righty matchup. Looking to work all the way back is Alford. Starts with this pitch as the 3-0 after a deep breath fills the zone for strike 1. Sometimes you just got to reset. That's what Alford did with the deep breath against the righty Cade Cummings. Winds and deals the 3-1, and this is a chopper down the left side, and it will stay fair down the line. Gets past Spencer Stinchcomb deep into the corner. Snagging on the backhand is Judkins, rounding first and getting there with a double is Cade Cummings. The Lumberjack chopped that one down the third base line for a leadoff double. Brings up Jackson Hill.
And that's kind of something that, conversely, we've not seen from McAlester today. Early base runners with no outs, and that's why Wright City has been able to get these 3 runs in all the innings that they've scored, which is just 2. They were able to get the first, I think, both batters on with no outs.
Leadoff double. Brings up Jackson Hill, as we mentioned, 0 for 1 rather, but has that RBI sac fly. First pitch to the lefty, shows bump, pulls back. That one misses high for ball 1. But we were mentioning rain chances tomorrow in McAlester. 50-50 chance of rain before 1 p.m., but not a lot of rain. Probably about the same amount that we had today. Before rain really comes in on Saturday at an 80% chance. Sunday it goes down to a 30. As it clears on out by Monday. Here's the 1-0. Shows bunt again. Gets it down. Straight back over to Alford. Alford throws to the man covering Grant Mullins, and it's off his glove. Wide left, and it goes once again beyond that line and scoring on now. Well, more than likely go down as an E4. That was a little up and a little left. But again, Grant still probably feels like he should have made that catch. So 2 runs have scored on a sac fly. 2 runs have scored on an error. That's McAllister's 3rd error of the game. And the top of the order is coming up for the Lumberjacks.
It's just, it's tough. I know that errors are a little bit more disheartening, but still, I mean, it's been a very well-pitched game so far, and all around, other than obviously the 3 plays, I feel like they really have played well today. It's just, unfortunately, it's those couple that'll come back to bite you on the scoreboard.
They've pitched it great. I think that Duesenberry had a great outing. Probably should have had only 1 run score against him, and Alford, the 1 run that's been scored again, not on him. As that one misses high to the leadoff, or the 1-hole batter, Rainer Bean. He's 1 for 2 with the fly out to short and a single and a walk. Again, this is one of the best teams you're going to play this year. I know they're Class A1, but that shouldn't hinder you from thinking differently. As the runner broke to second, then went back over to first base on a curveball that caught the outside corner. Count is even at 1-1. But that's the thing about baseball. In basketball, you may be able to play some of the top teams in Class B as a 5A school, and the 5A school usually would win, even if they're a top team in Class B. In baseball, it doesn't matter what class you're in. They can beat you, and we've seen it a lot in 6A and 5A against teams like Wright City.
Well, you mentioned Wright City. None of their 3 losses have been against a team of their same class.
And a throw over to first base, we're going to have error number 4. This one will go down as an E1 as it went right of Cole Labus and reaching second base. This is where McAllister's hurt this season. It's been with the error department. Yeah, they've been hitting the ball better, but they've just been able to kick it around or throw it away. That's their second error of the inning and their third error in the last 2. I'll be able to get you a stat on really McAllister's defense compared to last year. As for McAllister, that's error number 74 unofficially in 30 games. I'll tell you what they had last year. So here's the next pitch is a pop-up. Shallow left field. Judkins first step back, but it's able to get underneath it. Staring up into the sky, makes the catch for out number 1. Runner at second base with 1 down brings up Brody Guest as the Lumberjacks lead 4-0 over McAllister in the top of the 6th. But I was mentioning 74 just a moment ago. Last year, McAllister had 71 in 38 games. So they already have more errors in this season in 8 less games than the team had last year.
And you mentioned some of that contributes to being just kind of a younger team, put in spots that they're not fully used to at the varsity level. And it's just becoming comfortable. And this team, we've talked about, it looks a lot different than what they did when they started out against, Bixby to open the season?
Bixby to open the season.
It's a lot different team now.
First pitch misses high and inside, ball 1. And that's the ebb and flow and the highs and lows of a team. You're also having a young, talented team, too. I think they have a lot of talent on the team as well.
They've won, 12 or 14 at one point?
12 or 14. They have a winning record when they started off the season 2-7. That goes to show you a lot of stuff. And a lot of those were against some pretty good teams. 1-0. Bunt is just rolled foul as it ran inside on the righty Guest. Count even at 1-1. Four 0 Wright City leads McAllister. Playing in over at first base is Cole Labus. Stinchcomb with the runner at second. Still not playing in, though. He'll play even with that third base bag, depending on where the bunt goes.
I'll tell you, though, Brandon, we really did get some beautiful baseball weather tonight.
Could have been a whole lot worse. 1-1. Bounces into McKinney. He'll keep the runner at second base. Count the 2-1. But yeah, McAllister is a better team than what they were against Bixby, a better team than they were against Durant. I think that if McAllister and Durant played nowadays, you might see a split.
Yeah.
Or a totally different series. As here's a pop-up that might be playable for McKinney as he gets towards the netting. It comes back and he makes the catch. He kept his hands up against that netting. He's able to almost push himself backwards. He ran out of real estate along the backstop and makes the catch for out number 2. And I don't know if you know this, but that's not an easy play for a catcher.
No.
Trying to find the ball and make that catch in the amount of time he did.
And I will apologize to those watching. I was not able to get an angle with where that was at, but it was a nice play. I'll say that.
At least you didn't miss the Gunnar Hodgel catch over deep right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't have to wear that.
That's not anyone's fault of the placement that we're in. Nate Brown does a fantastic job over here as video director for McAlester Radio. 2 down, runner at second. Case Lindley is up at the plate and watches the first pitch miss low and outside for ball 1. He is 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI sac fly.
By the way, a bit unrelated, not that anybody's surprised, but Cam Ward was taken number 1 in the draft. So
to Tennessee.
To Tennessee, yes.
1-0. Misses outside for ball 2, and Jacksonville traded to number 2. So things are happening in the NFL draft tonight. Not for the Dallas Cowboys, but for everyone else. Scoreboard shows the count is even at 1-1. 2 down, runner at second, all for deals. As that one gets out of the glove of McKinney and will roll beyond the right-handed batter's box and taking third on what will be a pass ball.
So I know that the scoreboard says 2-1. I had it at 3-0 here.
I thought I had it at 3-0 but again, the scoreboard shows 2-1. I haven't had a change yet from the home plate umpire. He hasn't shown
You've got that angle there. Well, I guess I've got the camera here in front of me.
Count it 2-1 on the scoreboard, but again, it could be 3-0. Runner at third base with 2 down. And the pitch. That one bounces in, so that is a 2-1 pitch. Moves it to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, hitters count for Case Lindley. Trying to bring in that run at third, the 3-1 pitch. As he hits those one a mile high, deep left center field. Hodgel tracking it down by the warning track. Has to hop, but makes the catch for out number 3. Solid contact again from Lindley. But once again, Hodgel's been able to track it down. So that will send us to the bottom of the 6th inning. McAlester has 6 outs to work with, but they have been retired 14 batters in a row. They'll try to break the rhythm of Case Lindley. 8-9-1 on the way for McAlester. Parker, Mullins, and McKinney here on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve.
Bottom of the 6th inning as Case Lindley takes the mound, having retired 14 McAlester batters in a row. Brody Parker will lead things off for McAlester, the 8-hole batter in the bottom of the 6th with the Buffaloes trailing 4-0. Lindley, first pitch, curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1, and Lindley picks up where he left off in the previous 5 innings. So far, he has struck out 6 McAlester batters. Parker is one of them. 0-1 pitch. Fastball missing outside. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. And I was going to mention this before the inning ended, where Lindley was pitching, but he just went through it so fast on the last one. As here's the 1-1 from him. This is a ground ball down the first base line that will stay foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitching staff of the Wright City Lumberjacks is just insane. Again, they're only giving up 2.5 runs per game in 25 games. They have 8 shutouts. They're looking for a 9th. But that's not even the wildest stat. Here's the 1-2. Curveball, ground ball left side. Coming in and bobbling gets the third baseman. Gasky picks it back up, fires to first, and saving his bacon is Cummings at first base to get the out. 5-3 ground out with a little help from his friends.
And that kind of right there has been the difference today. We've seen a couple times Wright City has bobbled it before the throw over, but every time it seems, no errors so far, so every time they've been able to make the play, and that's been the difference.
I think, it's been defense. It hasn't even been pitching. Yes, Case Lindley has been the best player on the field so far today, but defense has been the reason why Wright City's winning this game instead of McAllister's. The first pitch misses outside to Grant Mullins, but I was going to finish my thought here. The wildest stat about Wright City's pitching staff. Here's the 1-0 to Mullins. Fastball misses high for ball 2.
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Only 4 teams have scored 5 runs or more this season on them.
And they've played 27 games?
This is 26. As the next pitch misses for ball 3. So only 4 games this year that they have given up 5+ runs. That's insane.
Hard to find a better team in Class A1.
3-0 fills the zone for strike 1. The only one that's better than them, according to OSSAA rankings, is Dewar, who is 29-1. 3-1 pitch. Here's a line drive center field, playing it well as he was positioned well as the center fielder, Billy. Another solid contact, but this time again, the Buffaloes are retired. 2 up, 2 down so far. 16 up, 16 down since the second batter single from Stinchcomb brings up Jackson McKinney, who after having that 22-game hit streak had it end, started a 5-game hit streak. Now that one's on the line. He's over 2 with 2 groundouts. First pitch. See, flies this one to left field. Hardly having to move out of his cleat marks is the left fielder Miller, and it is once again another out. 17 up and down for Case Lindley and the Wright City defense. As we head to the top of the 7th inning, the Buffaloes trail the Lumberjacks 4-0 on KNED.
Ready for a home run and comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Walters Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford Propane has been your source for propane and petroleum products, both residential and commercial. W.E. Alford Propane serves eastern and southeastern Oklahoma, with locations in the Eufaula area, McAlester, Shakota, Wilburton, Hartshorn, and Muskogee, just to name a few. If you need propane or petroleum products, there's only one number to call, 918-423-3121. Call today. W.E. Alford Propane, serving the area for 70 years.
Wow, Nissan has so many models to choose from.
This Pathfinder looks just right.
Wait a second, Maddie, isn't that a family car?
Absolutely.
What? I'm gonna be an aunt?
Come to Fenton Nissan and get a 2025 Pathfinder, and we'll throw in a Fenton family deal this season.
This deal applies even if you're an aunt, uncle, or just you.
And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
First pitch at the top of the 7th inning is a fastball that misses down low to Dakota Billy for ball 1. Dakota Billy and the Wright City Lumberjacks lead the McAlester Buffaloes 4-0 behind 7 hits and 4 McAlester errors today. Here's a high pop fly to deep left center field. Judkins in the gap is making the catch for out number 1. That one took a long time to come back down to earth, but that will be out number 1, the second pitch of the 7th. To bring up Cade Gasky, who is 1 for 3. He's flown out to left himself, singled, and struck out swinging. It seems like left field has had a lot of action today. Blake Judkins can attest to that. Get 4-0 Wright City. They have 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, but they do not have an RBI base hit today. McAlester has had no runs on 1 hit. Again, 4 errors by the McAlester defense. That has been the difference really in this game. So this first pitch is chopped foul over towards Coach Meadows, who was dying to go after that ball. That'll be strike 1.
You know, Brandon, it's a lot of what we've been talking about. You know, they do trail at 4-0, but you mentioned not a single RBI hit. So, I mean, you can't really ask for more from your pitching staff than what you got today.
Again, I think that this game could easily be just 1-0 still if we have both teams with 0 errors. Here's a fly ball to right field. Staring up into the sun as Brumley makes the catch for out number 2. But I think Parker Dusenberry pitched great today against great talent. I think Wilson Alford so far has pitched great today against great talent. It's just been the defense of McAlester and the excellent pitching of Case Lindley. McAlester has had 1 base runner all day. Stinchcomb was able to get over to second base in the first inning. But it's been 17 up, 17 down since the second batter of the game for the Buffaloes. Hard to beat that.
Yeah, we talk about you really can't ask for more from the McAlester side. I mean, if you're Wright City, this is a gem that you've gotten a one-hit shutout so far through 6.
First pitch was low for ball 1. Second pitch from Alford is low for ball 2. Miller is 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and reached on an E5. And I'm going to get a pitch count from Case Lindley here in just a second as the next pitch is low again for ball 3.
But go ahead.
No, I'll continue.
I was going to say, up to this point, you're kind of replicating what Wright City has done to you the last 2 half innings where you've gone 3 up, 3 down. As it started off 2 up, 2 down. We'll see if it finishes that way.
As that's 4 consecutive balls all low to Jackson Miller to bring up Jordan Crosby, who is 0 for 1. He has laid down 2 sack bunts and grounded out to third. But if you're a Wright City fan, you are clapping at this stat line. If you're a McAlester fan, you're saying gross. Case Lindley has thrown 66 pitches through 6 innings, 43 of them for strikes. He has just been absolutely dominant. First pitch in there for strike 1 to the new batter, the righty Crosby.
I'm not sure on that percentage number, but I know that when you've thrown double the amount of strikes to balls, that's a pretty good day at the office.
That is a 65% strike percentage.
And 66 pitches through 6 innings is also insane in itself.
The 0-1 is fouled off at the plate, and that'll move the count to 0-2. But that's the second consecutive game that a pitcher has gone into the 7th inning with less than 70 pitches. That's barely over, what is that, the 10 pitch an inning?
Yeah,
that's
averaging about 11 per inning.
That's crazy.
And we know that there's been shorter innings than that because you had the one inning where McAlester got 2 up, 2 down on the first 2 pitches, and then I don't remember who the third out was that inning, but I think it was a 5-pitch at bat for the third out.
That's 8 pitches right there. 0-2 misses outside. Count moves to 1-2. Again, I can't math all that well. That's a 7 pitch. 7 pitch. Also, the sun's starting to set, and that's really getting into the eyes of the right side of the field here for McAlester with 2 down. Gavin Brumley trying to shade his eyes as good as possible. 1-2, runner takes off. Here's a ground ball left side. Deep into the hole, snagged by Durant. Throws off balance to first base. Long stretch, but no chance. Just deep into the hole. And an infield single with 2 down for Jordan Crosby. Brings to the plate Caden Cummings, who is 1 for 3. He has struck out swinging, reached on an E3, and doubled. Also nothing like an Oklahoma sunset either.
Man, it really is beautiful.
Runners at first and second, 2 down. I was just looking at the video screen. I was able to find that. Here's a ground ball that's foul. Again, fouled off at the plate. Down goes to 0-1 as shout out Jeff Craig. Coach Jeff Craig in the building. How you doing, sir?
It feels great on this side.
Yeah, you want to keep... Hey, sometimes we have a little bit of perks of the job, Coach. Sometimes we do have our perks. Coach Jeff Craig, McAlester football coach, came in to get a drink here for a second. 0-1, misses down low for ball 1. Yeah, in the press box, if you've never been in here, which a lot of people don't get to, but they have one area. It used to be just one big room, and we are actually in our press area / the hospitality room here. We have a couple of fridges here.
Stocked up.
Do we want to talk about how you got the nickname from Coach Hughes?
We can. Yeah, we can.
I'll tell you why, because that's what we're in the hospitality room. It's so hard to be in here. It's the 1-1. It's called strike. Snap throw to first base. Coming back and making the tag is Cole Labus. The back pick snap throw from Jackson McKinney to Cole Labus, diving and making the tag to be able to get his 4th pickoff of the year from behind home plate. Jackson McKinney, equally as impressive of a play for Cole Labus at first base. And now we head to the bottom of the 7th. McAlester has to put those rally caps on, trailing by 4, looking for a rally, but more than anything, looking to break the 17-batter-in-a-row retirement of Case Lindley to these McAlester Buffalo batters. Bottom of the 7th, here we come on KNED.
Since 1952, W.E. Alford...
Big John's Auto Repair is here to help. We'll fix it right. We offer diagnostics, AC servicing, and engine repair. We make car trouble vanish like magic. We can prevent breakdowns and keep your car moving with regular maintenance. Same great service and friendly faces. Stop in today for all your car repair needs. Big John's Auto Repair, located at 325 Northeast Electric in Krebs.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
First pitch of the bottom of the 7th inning is McAllister's looking to spark a rally here, is low and outside for ball 1. Case Lindley trying to go the full 7. That's just his 67th pitch of the game. He's retired 17 straight. It's a fastball. Back to the black, strike 1. But we were mentioning right before we went to break, before an excellent play from McKinney over to Labus, we're in this hospitality room that's also the press box area, and the reason why Chase McNutt got the nickname the Hiccups from Coach Hughes is here's a fly ball to left field. Harley having to stroll over as Miller. He makes the catch for out number 1 as the Buffaloes are down to their final 2 outs. Is that we had excellent barbecue come in, courtesy of Fat Tab's Barbecue,
Yes,
I believe. Coach
It was
Singleton's brother.
Fantastic.
So you're chewing on brisket and a Coke.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper. Or
Dr.
Mr.
Pepper,
Pibb, sorry. Or
Mr.
whatever
Pibb.
it is.
It was a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it was. Snuck up on me.
And Coach Hughes was able to catch the one time that he was able to catch a perfect break where you had a hiccup. First pitch catches the outside corner. Curveball, strike 1 to Denver Durant. Again, it has been 18 up, 18 down for Case Lindley. A one-hitter going on right now as the Lumberjacks are looking for their 9th shutout of the season. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle, ranging over towards the bag, grabbing its bean, flips to first in time for out number 2. And the Buffaloes down to their final batter, Gunnar Hodgel. Hodgel is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks.
Number 11, Gunnar Hodgel.
Gunnar Hodgel came into today batting .356 with a .525 on base percentage. Lindley looking to complete his gym, looking to polish it. As this one misses inside for ball 1. He has worked a quick game. This has been an hour and 37 minutes.
Oof. Very quick.
Into the 7th inning, 1-0. Fastball misses outside for ball 2. And like I said, this game came down really to errors. This could have been a 1-0 game right now going into the bottom of the 7th, but Wright City's made the plays in the field. McAlester has not.
Yeah, that's been the real difference in this one so far.
2-0 from Lindley. This is outside for ball 3. Because even though Lindley has been excellent, he also hasn't been doing anything outside of what he's capable of. He struck out 6 McAlester batters, which is still amazing what he's been able to do. So here's the 3-0 pitch. And he's able to catch the outer half. Moves the count to 3-1. He's not walked a batter. This is the closest he's been to walking somebody. 3-1. Lindley deals. Ground ball right up the middle, and it's a base knock for McAllister's Gunnar Hodgel. And that will break up a 19 batter in a row retirement from Case Lindley to McAllister's offense. A single by Gunnar Hodgel, but the Buffaloes being down to their final out. Can they work some 2-out magic against Case Lindley? Brings up Cole Labus, who's over 2 with a line out to center and struck out looking. First pitch curveball misses way outside for ball 1.
I was trying to fold in my hat like a rally cap, and I failed miserably. If you were wondering what I was just struggling with there.
I don't even have a cap right now, so
it
that's
didn't
my
work.
problem. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Easy flip to second base. Fielder's choice. That's the ball game. The Wright City Lumberjacks win their 23rd game of the season, and this time behind another gem from Case Lindley, at one point retiring 19 batters in a row. 2 hits for McAlester as they fall 4-0 to the Lumberjacks. We will take a break. We'll tally up all these stats, and we'll return in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Baseball on KNED.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
Ready for a home run in comfort? Freeze and Flare Heat and Air LLC is always ready to step up to the plate. Whether it's beating the summer heat or staying warm through the winter chill, they're your go-to team for fast, reliable HVAC service. From quick repairs to expert installations, they ensure your home stays comfortable year-round. Don't despair or let your comfort sit on the bench. Call Freeze and Flare Heat and Air and keep your home out of the trench. We're licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445. And with our convenient online booking, it's never been easier to get the comfort you deserve. Shopping for furniture should never be a hassle. And at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, we agree. So we will continue to offer unmatched customer service as we have for over 34 years. Stop by today and experience our store-wide savings. We offer 12 months interest-free financing or no credit needed. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street in McAlester. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. JP All-American Outdoor Contracting and Construction is your trusted partner for expert tree removal, high-end fences, decks, and custom construction. Serving Oklahoma with quality, safety, and reliability. We're here to transform your property. From emergency tree services to dream builds, we do it all. Call today for a free consultation and experience the difference. 910-568-8770.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. It looks like we're about to have our JV game between the Wright City Lumberjacks and the McAlester Buffaloes, but in the varsity game, McAlester falls 4-0. Let's look at your post-game stats. Brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hatco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. We'll start off with the Lumberjacks, who improved to 23-3 on the year. They record their 9th shutout win, and once again, still only 4 teams have scored 5 or more runs on them the entire season. 4 games of that, and they lower their incredible 2.5 runs per game that they've given up this year. Rainer Bean went 1 for 3 with a single. Brody Guest 1 for 3 with a single. Case Lindley 1 for 3 with an RBI sac fly and a single. Dakota Billy 1 for 4 with a double. Cade Gasky 1 for 4 with a single. Jackson Miller 1 for 2 with a single, an error, and also walked twice. Jordan Crosby went 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single and 2 sack bunts. Caden Cummings went 1 for 3 with a double, and Jackson Hill went 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. So there were 8 hits by the Lumberjacks, all by a different batter. No one had more than 1 hit. 1 through 8 had 1 hit, and even the 9-hole batter had an RBI sac fly. So everyone produced 1 through 9 for the Lumberjack offense. Case Lindley went the distance in under 80 pitches. He struck out 6 on the way there, walked no one, hit no one, no errors by the Lumberjack defense. The McAlester Buffaloes, they dropped to 500 on the year. They're 15-15 in their 30th game. Jackson McKinney went 0 for 3. He sees his 5-game hit streak come to an end on 2 groundouts and a flyout to left. Spencer Stinchcomb had one of the 2 hits for the Buffaloes with a single and 2 flyouts to left. Denver Durant 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts to 3 different fielders. Gunnar Hodgel went 1 for 3. He had the other single in the 7th inning, so McAlester had a hit in the first. 19 batters were retired in a row, and then Hodgel had a single before we had a ground out from Cole Lavis. He went 0 for 3. Blake Judkins 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts up the middle. Gavin Brumley went 0 for 2. Brody Parker 0 for 2, and Grant Mullins 0 for 2. Dusenberry, although he pitched very well today, gets the loss today. Wilson Alford came in to pitch as well. The Buffaloes struck out 2 Lumberjack batters. They walked or hit 4 batters. McAllister's 2 hits, but this is really what lost the game for McAlester. And it's not really what lost him, but it's what makes it look like it was a more wide discrepancy than it actually was. It could have been a 1-0 game, but 4 McAlester errors did lead to eventually 3 more runs. So 4-0 was our final score here tonight. Any final thoughts that you have on this one before McAlester gets ready for possibly tomorrow against Broken Bow? There's supposed to be some more rain coming in down by Broken Bow and around this eastern side of the state. So we don't know for sure if we're going to play tomorrow, but we're going to keep an eye on the weather. But until the next time McAlester plays, your final thoughts?
Yeah, Brandon, I'm kind of going to echo what you just ended with there. The defense was the big differentiator there. The 4 errors for McAlester really is what did them in. You mentioned that could have been a 1-0 game with 1 on in the 7th for McAlester, and things would have looked and felt a little bit different. But, I mean, I know that that's a Class A team, but that's a really, really good team. One of the best teams in the state. They're probably going to win it in Class A1. I mean, they may not, but they won it in the fall. I mean, that's a really good team. I feel like McAlester played really, really well today. That's more than what you could have asked for on the pitching side of it. But again, it just comes down to the defense. But again, I really do think it was a good effort, but they're going to have a chance to bounce back possibly tomorrow.
And one thing that I really felt encouraged by today, because I'm always a glass half full guy, you're about to go into the regional tournament. These games, although you want to win them, obviously, they go towards your wins and losses, but they mean nothing in terms of your playoff picture. Yeah. That has been set. You're going to go to Bishop Kelly. You're more than likely going to be met with Edison. You're going to have a 3-team regional. When you can see guys, again, Parker Dusenberry had not started a game on the mound this year. He had pitched less than 3 innings total on the mound this year. He went up against a really good Wright City Lumberjack team and shoved. He pitched pretty well in 4 innings.
More than held his own.
And so when you can get performances like that from the mound, and also Wilson Alford. He hadn't pitched in a little while in varsity play for McAlester. It's been a little while since the last time he's been able to step on the rubber. He was able to go 3 innings pretty strong. Didn't give up. I think he had no earned runs. I don't think Alford did. So when you're able to see guys be able to pitch that well, it's showing you who you can trust when you're getting into the regional tournament. Yeah. And to be able to have more arms than less, it's always a good sign. So McAlester, if they can fix up the errors, they're going to find themselves in a game with anybody in the state, and you're going to be taking on one of the best ones in Bishop Kelly here in a couple of weeks, but McAlester still has 4 more games to kind of get tuned up, and they're all against good teams. Yeah, Broken Bow on schedule for tomorrow. Then you have Worcester on Monday. And as of right now, we have next Friday against Muskogee, climbing up to 6A, and then Oklahoma. That will be the rest of the regular season before McAlester travels up to T-Town. Can you thank our sponsors one final time, and we'll wrap things up?
Yes, sir. Want to say shout out to these sponsors: Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, W.E. Alford Propane, Fenton Nissan in McAlester, Big John's Auto Repair, The Bank & A, First Realty, Freeze and Flare, Heat and Air, Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, and JP All-American Outdoor Contracting, LLC.
First pitch time today was 5:57. Final pitch time 7:36 for a total game time of 1 hour and 39 minutes. A big thank you to our board operator, Austin Wheat, as well as Chase McNutt on the camera, as well as color commentary for this evening. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Thursday night with us as well. One final time for Mike Deak Field in McAlester, Oklahoma. It was the Wright City Lumberjacks 4 and your McAlester Buffaloes 0. So until tomorrow, hopefully, when McAlester travels down to Broken Bow to take on the Broken Bow Savages, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night, everybody. Night-night, Harper.